West Georgia. Welcome to your weather on North Georgia Television. Partly sunny with a high near 83 and a slight chance of showers in the morning and thunderstorms in the afternoon with south winds around 10 miles per hour and gusts up to 20 miles per hour. Mostly cloudy tonight with an increased chance of showers and thunderstorms this evening with lows around 65 and southeast winds around 5 miles per hour. A look around the region. Calhoun at 67, expected midday temp of 79, then 84 this afternoon. Chatsworth, 66, 78 at midday, then 85 for the high. Chickamauga also had 68 this morning, expected midday temp of 78, and then 82 later in the afternoon. Cohutta, 67, warming up to 79 by noon, and then 82 for you as well. Dalton, starting at 66 this morning, expect 78 at noon, and a late afternoon high of 84. Fairmount, 66 this morning, rising to 77 by noon, and then 84 for the high today. Fort Oglethorpe at 68 this morning, 76 expected by midday, and up to 82 around 4. Lafayette had 66 for the overnight low this morning, up to 77 by midday, and 82 is the expected afternoon high. Ringgold, 68 as well this morning, expect a noon temp of 78, then up to 83 this late afternoon. Looking ahead, Friday, mostly cloudy with high near 80. Tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms likely, mainly in the afternoon and evening. Saturday, cloudy with a high near 78. Showers likely into Saturday night and possibly thunderstorms. Lows in the overnight in the 60s. Sunday, showers and thunderstorms likely to continue with highs near 75. Mostly cloudy overnight with lows in the mid-50s. Mostly sunny Monday, highs near 75 and winds at 5 to 10. Tuesday, sunny, highs in the upper 70s with winds light and variable, clear overnight. Partly cloudy Wednesday with increasing clouds in the afternoon along with a chance of rain, highs near 80. Next Thursday, partly cloudy with a chance of afternoon and evening thunder showers, high near 76. And that's your weather forecast. Whatever the weather, North Georgia Television hopes you have a blessed and beautiful day. Here are the local obituaries. Margie Nicholson Littlejohn, age 97. Margie Littlejohn of Bristol, Tennessee, went to be with the Lord Sunday, April 28th of Bristol Regional Medical Center. The funeral services will be held at 1:30 Monday, May 13th in the Chattanooga National Cemetery with Reverend David Crow officiating. Arrangements have been made with Weaver Funeral Homes and cremation services. Mr. Clyde Evans, age 79. Clyde Evans of Chatsworth passed away Friday, May 10th. Funeral services were held Sunday at 4 p.m. at the chapel of Sean Chapman Funeral Home. Interment followed in the United Memorial Gardens. Maddie Baker, age 99. Maddie Baker of Dalton passed away Thursday, May 9th at Hamilton Medical Center. The funeral services will be held on Monday, May 13th at 2 p.m. at the Pleasant Grove Chapel of Julian's People's Funeral Home with Reverend William Walker and Reverend John Bagley officiating. Burial will be in the Whitfield Memorial Gardens. William Michael Hurst, age 72. William Michael Hurst went to be with Jesus on May 6th. A private service was held on Saturday, May 11th with interment in Whitfield County, Whitfield Memorial Gardens. Love Funeral Home was in charge of arrangements. In memory of Michael, donations may be made to the Women's Enrichment Center. Thomas Charles Hopper, age 82. Thomas Hopper of Gordon County died unexpectedly on Thursday, May 9th. The funeral service will be held on Monday, May 13th at 1 p.m. for the chapel of Max Brennan and Sons Funeral Home, with Reverend Eddie Brandon officiating. Music will be arranged by Wayne Howell. Burial will follow at Chandler Cemetery. Edna Johns Keeney, age 79. Edna Keeney of Calhoun died Friday, May 10th at Advent Health Gordon. Services to honor her life will be held Monday, May 13th at 3 p.m. from the chapel of Max Brennan and Sons Funeral Home, with Reverend Douglas Lee officiating. The family will receive friends on Monday at the funeral home from 1 to 3 p.m. Patrick Pat Thomas Irwin, age 45. Pat Thomas of Ringgold passed away Friday, May 10th. The family will receive friends Monday, May 13th from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Wilson's Funeral Home, Wallace Stewart Chapel in Ringgold. Graveside service will be held at a later date. Michael Terry Willix, age 53. Michael Willix of Dalton died Thursday, May 9th, following a brief illness. Services to honor his life will be held Tuesday, May 14th at 2 p.m. from the chapel of Max Brennan and Sons Funeral Home, with Reverend David Peeler officiating. Burial will follow in Haven of Rest Memorial Park. Miss Patricia Yvonne Pat Moneth, age 68. Pat Moneth of Dalton departed this life Saturday, May 11th at Erlanger Health. Services to celebrate her life will be held Tuesday, May 14th at 1 p.m. at Ponders Melrose Chapel, with Reverend Charlie Ham officiating. Pat will be laid to rest at Ponders Whitfield Memorial Gardens. The family will receive friends at the funeral home Monday from 5 p.m. until 9 p.m., from 10 a.m. Tuesday until 1 p.m. service. Reese Scotty Payne Sr., age 82. Reese Payne of Plainville died Wednesday, May 8th at his home. He was a veteran serving his country in the U.S. Army. Family and friends will gather Wednesday, May 15th at 3 p.m. at Max Brandon and Sons Funeral Home, with a memorial service to follow at 4 p.m. Brett Jones will officiate. Thomas Cecil Burton. Thomas Burton of Fairmount passed away Saturday, May 11th in Advent Health Gordon. He was a veteran in the United States Navy serving during the Korean War. Funeral services are incomplete and will be announced later. Thomas Funeral Home is in charge of the funeral arrangements for Mr. Thomas Cecil Burton. And those are your obituaries. Stay tuned for your local news.
Good morning, Northwest Georgia. Welcome to your local news. We're your news covering Whitfield, Murray, Gordon, Walker, and Catoosa counties. Thanks for joining us. Coming up, there's a teacher pay hike on its way, abortion in Georgia, heartbeat law among most restrictive in the U.S. Spring training begins at North Murray High School. Plus, a less safe driver arrested last Friday in Dalton after running off road into West Hill Cemetery. And good news for dog owners in the Oglethorpe. Then we'll close with community events and bulletins.
Good news for educators. Georgia teachers are officially set to receive a $3,000 pay raise this summer. Now that Governor Brian Kemp has signed off next year's budget, Kemp has called the raise a down payment on $5,000 raise he promised teachers on the campaign trail last year. The pay hike, one of the largest in state history, was initially trimmed slightly during the legislative process after it was discovered that some educators, such as schools, librarians, and counselors, were left out in Kemp's original spending proposal. Legislators at first moved to spread the money out to include more people rather than omit anyone. But in the end, lawmakers opted to cut back in other areas to award the full $3,000 increase to all educators and have to take effect on July 1st, which is the beginning of the new budget year. Senator Ellis Black, a Republican from Valdosta, chairs the Senate's Education Appropriations Subcommittee and was part of an effort to restore the raise back to $3,000. He said we are facing a shortage of students getting education degrees and we get more teachers certified to be able to fill these slots. The record-setting $27.5 billion budget was signed Friday, and Camellia also includes a 2% increase for other school staffers such as bus drivers and lunchroom workers and also all state employees. State leaders also fully funded public education for a second consecutive year. Kemp said with the support of General Assembly, this budget delivers a well-deserved and long overdue educator pay raise of $3,000, the largest in state history. The budget also includes $150 million for new voting equipment as Georgia moves to a new system with a paper trail, and we've really been looking forward to that. We talked to countless people over this topic last year.
Yes, that's well overdue. Can't wait to see how that turns out. Next up, we have pro-life advocates and lawmakers stood inside Governor Brian Kemp's ceremonial office to celebrate the signing of one of the country's toughest abortion laws. Smiling proudly for group photos and declaring it a historic day for Georgia. Meanwhile, opponents gathered just outside the window, vowing to continue the fight and keep the doors of abortion clinics open. Kemp's signature on the highly contentious bill launched Georgia into the national news this week, making it the fourth state this year where a governor has signed off on a heartbeat bill. The measure bans most abortions once a fetal heartbeat can be detected, which is about 6 weeks into a pregnancy and before women know they are pregnant. Several other states are considering similar measures. Georgia's current law, which remains in effect until January, allows for an abortion up until 20 weeks. Kemp is quoted as saying, "Georgia is the state that values life. We protect the innocent. We champion the vulnerable. We stand and speak for those who are unable to speak for themselves." In state houses across the country, the same debates are playing out as anti-abortion advocates, sustained by the recent conservative shift on the U.S. Supreme Court, earnestly push measures aimed at challenging the landmark court decision that has for decades protected a woman's right to an abortion until a fetus can survive on its own outside the uterus. Georgia's new law is on one of the latest developments in a national push to overturn the 1973 Roe v. Wade decision, but the measure's lead sponsor argues that his bill's approach is different. Representative Ed Seltzer, a Republican from Ackworth, said in a recent interview, "Other states have passed heartbeat bills and an abortion restriction. We dealt with the personhood of the unborn child across Georgia code in a holistic way that's consistent with what the courts would expect us to do. And I'm very proud of that. I think we're in a different position than other states as far as how this will be treated in the courts."
After a fetal heartbeat is detected, there are only 4 expectations granted for a later abortion. If the mother's life is at risk, the fetus is deemed medically futile or in the cause of a rape or incest, as long as a police report has been filed. The law subjects healthcare professionals, and some argue potentially women, at criminal charges for any abortion or attempted abortion performed outside what the law narrowly allows. Representative Seltzer points to a handful of components that he argues will establish the personhood of a fetus once a fetal heartbeat can be detected. The unborn child is included in the state's population count. The parents can claim the unborn child on their income taxes. A pregnant woman can claim child support from a father for medical and pregnancy-related expenses, and a woman who has an abortion can sue her provider for damages. Setzler argues that the new law balances the rights of a woman in a difficult situation with an unborn child's right to life, and the modern science and common sense are on his side. Even in a Republican-controlled General Assembly, the measure barely made it to Kemp's desk. When it came back to the House for a final vote, it survived with just 2 yes votes to spare. Some lawmakers, particularly suburban Republicans in competitive districts, face tremendous political pressure from both sides of the debate. Senator Chuck Payne, a Republican from Dalton, said he decided to give a speech from the well because he knew some of his colleagues in the Senate were beginning to waver. Payne said he wanted to remind them that they are dealing with something that is bigger than us and bigger than election. Kemp's signature, the issue, would likely set the tone for next year's State House elections.
Well, that's a touchy subject, but we thank you guys for tuning in here, and we'll be right back after this short commercial break.
With VidLink, we're taking TV, streaming, and video to the next level with one simple app.
Having all the channels in HD is a huge plus. The quality of the picture on each channel is untouched by anything on the market right now. I would highly recommend VidLink to all my friends.
One thing I love about VidLink is the restart feature. If I turn on the TV and it's 10 minutes into a show, I just hit that restart button and I get to watch the whole thing.
Contact us today to learn how you can get linked.
Hi, I'm Judy Elliott, inviting you to join me on Lifestyles for Women show on WDNN TV. This year brings exciting new topics that women like to discuss or just know more about. Subjects like ways to look and feel your very best, travel, family, health, and sometimes just fun girl talk. It's always exciting, and we invite your suggestions. Just message me on Facebook at Lifestyles for Women, or for more information or to watch us online, visit WDNNTV.com, Lifestyles for Women.
While the word cancer can strike fear at the deepest level of our souls, in the case of skin cancer, the prognosis is very good. Basal cell and squamous cell carcinomas are the most common and are not normally included in cancer statistics.
Our office specializes in the diagnosis and treatment of skin cancer.
If you're concerned about a mole or freckle that may be changing, give us a call. Most treatments can be performed in our office in about 15 minutes with very little discomfort.
I am Ron McKinney, pastor of Kinsey Drive Baptist Church in Dalton, Georgia. KDBC has been the birthplace of several Christian organizations. It was the birthplace of Christian Heritage School 30 years ago, and through the Academy of Fine Arts, Labrie Symphonic Orchestra was founded by KDBC members Gene and Betty Lindauer. The ministry of KDBC reaches around the world with the missions of To Every Tribe Ministry, and I was a founding member of North Georgia Fellowship of Christian Athletes in 1992. Majesty is the longest running television program on North Georgia television. For 28 years, we have faithfully proclaimed the doctrines of grace. Kinsey Drive Baptist Church welcomes you to visit at 2626 Kinsey Drive on Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Our website is kinseydrivebaptistchurch.com. To God be all the glory.
Precision Chemical and Paper Supply is locally owned and operated by Damon Duckett, serving our community for 40-plus years. We can supply all your away-from-home needs. Business-to-business products include janitorial, food and beverage, facilities and ground, office products, and packaging. Located at 101 Bryant Avenue in Dalton. Give Precision Chemical and Paper Supply a call today at 706-226-8795 or visit them on their website at precisionchemicalandpaper.com.
Welcome back. Next up in Murray County, the Chatsworth Times reports that football spring practice commences and changes come to North Murray football, while Mountaineering coach Preston Pogue looks forward to a new season. Not only is he welcoming former Bagley Middle School players and overseeing the largest number of seniors on a team in his career, there will be 29 seniors on this year's team. He has added 4 coaches to his staff: Ethan Marlowe, who will be coaching the defensive line, John Seabolt, who will be coaching the offensive line, Seth Hickman, who will be working with the receivers and coaching the JV, and Noah Smith, who will be working with the offensive line and coaching the JV as well. Since spring practice has started on May 3rd, he has been observing with a watchful eye, he said. Spring football is a time for the younger and experienced players to show us their ability. I know for the most part how my older players will perform, so my eyes especially on the newcomers. He also admitted that he had lost some good seniors to this year's graduating class, but that he feels confident in the players who remain. He went on to say that the kids know our goal is to win the region championship and compete in the playoffs for a state championship.
In other news, the Dalton Police arrested a man early Friday morning on DUI charge after he left the roadway and damaged or destroyed a number of graves in the West Hill Cemetery. The damaged graves were located near Emery Street. The incident happened at approximately 2 a.m. A black 1990 Chevy GMT 400 pickup truck driven by 41-year-old Cliff Eric Sneed of Dalton was traveling eastbound on Emery Street near the Georgian Apartments when it failed to navigate a curve and left the roadway, entering the cemetery and running over approximately a dozen graves and causing heavy damage. Dalton officers responded to the scene and asked Mr. Sneed to perform several field sobriety tests. Sneed was arrested and charged with DUI, less safe driver, and failure to maintain lane. As of Friday, Dalton officers were working with the Public Works Department to determine the exact number of graves that were damaged or destroyed in the crash. Also to compile a list of the grave plots next of kin to make contact and inform them of damage.
At least he didn't drive off a cliff. Good news for dog lovers and for Oglethorpe. The City Council has approved the first construction phase for its upcoming dog park being erected near City Hall. During the April 22nd City Council meeting, City Manager Jennifer Payne Simpkins presented the latest update on the endeavor, which included the fundraising efforts of the Bark City Committee and approval of the fencing to be installed to enclose the park. She said the Bark City Committee, formed in 2018 with the objective of building a dog park in our city. The committee has held 6 fundraisers and accepted donations totaling up to about $140,000. Additionally, City Council provided a budget of $15,000 for the establishment of a dog park. Payne Simpkins says the Bark City Committee worked with Lakeview for Oglethorpe High School on the design of the dog park enclosure. The selected design included a double gate entry and separate sections for large and small dogs to play safely off their leashes, she explained. Adding that the entryway of the selected design includes wrought iron detail with brick columns, which will be added as a phase 2 of the dog park enclosure. The land the park is being constructed on is a 0.76 acre parcel donated by DBJ Realty in 2018 that connects to an approximate 1.25 acre parcel that was already on city property. The board unanimously approved the first phase for 1,300 linear feet of 5-foot tall black vinyl coated chain link fence to be erected to enclose the area of the park at a total cost of $16,000.
Now for upcoming events and bulletins. In Catoosa County, volunteers are needed to raise and lower Memorial Day flags honoring deceased veterans. Flags will go up Monday, May 20th, beginning at 9 a.m. Flags will be taken down Monday, June 3rd at 9 a.m. For more information, call Pete Pedigo at 706-866-9089 or Ringgold City Hall at 706-935-3061. Next, we have the City of Lafayette invites everyone to their 3rd annual Honeybee Festival on June 1st from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. Festivities are to take place at Lafayette Square with arts and crafts, vendors, food, free musical entertainment featuring top area performers and a kids zone, a barbecue competition, a baking contest, a pageant, and a cruise and complete with antique tractors. There will also be an education area with lots of learning opportunities. This is a free event to attend and enjoy with something from the entire family.
Today in Dalton, the Kiwanis Club will meet at noon at the Dalton Convention Center. The annual DARE Drug Abuse Resistance Education Program will be presented. Also today, the Whitfield County Board of Commissioners will have the regular business meeting at 6 p.m. at Administrative Building Number 2, located at 214 West King Street. Then, on Tuesday in Dalton, teens in grades 9 through 12 can sign up for the Dalton-Whitfield County Public Library's Magic, the Gatherings Teen Draft. This event is advanced, so player experience is recommended. The draft is at 4:30 p.m. at the library. On Tuesday in Dalton again, the Kiwanis Club annual reverse drawing to raise funds to benefit the children of Northwest Georgia will take place at the Creative Arts Guild from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. The drawing starts at 6:30 p.m. Tickets include a dinner, and the grand prize is a 2019 Toyota RAV4 from North Georgia Toyota, or $17,500 in cash. Only 500 tickets will be sold with the reverse drawing. Kiwanis will draw tickets until the final tickets remain. Along the way, door prizes will be awarded. The final 5 ticket holders will be allowed to split the cash or continue until the final ticket is drawn. But all 5 members must agree to split the cash. If even one person wants to continue, the drawings will resume until that person is eliminated or wins the grand prize. Ticket buyers do not have to be present to win the grand prize. Tickets are available from any Kiwanian or for Alpha and Omega Insurance. North Georgia Toyota, and White's Pediatrics. Next up, get ready for a free movie night in Dalton on Friday, May 17th at 9 p.m. at Al Rollins Park. The park is located at 521 Threadmill Road. The movie will be Field of Dreams, which is celebrating 30 years since its 1989 release. If you build it, he will come. With these words, Iowa farmer Ray Kinsella, played Kevin Costner, is inspired by a voice he can't ignore to purse a dream he can hardly believe. It has been said that Field of Dreams is a glowing tribute to all who dare to dream. Bring your lawn chairs and blankets. A select number of t-shirts will be given away at this event, and once again, it is free.
Not to be outdone, Ringgold is offering up a free movie night on Saturday, June 1st. A Dog's Way Home will be shown at 7:15 p.m. at the Northwest Georgia Bank Amphitheater located at 220 Catoosa Circle. Released in 2018, A Dog's Way Home chronicles the heartwarming adventure of Bella, a dog who embarks on an epic 400-mile journey home after she is separated from her beloved human. Free popcorn will be given away to the first 500 guests, also free glow sticks for the first 500 kids. More prizes will be given away and concessions will be available. And in Chickamauga, the 47th annual Down Home Days Festival, a craft show, is set for Saturday, May 18th from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sponsored by the Chickamauga Lions Club, Down Home Days takes place in a historic downtown Chickamauga. Get ready for a farmer's market and kids zone, live entertainment, crafts, food, and plenty of good, clean fun. Then we have the Creatives Arts Guild in Dalton will celebrate its 6th annual Low Country Boil Summer Celebration and Fundraiser on Saturday. June 8th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., Low Country Boil is a fun, lighthearted, welcome to summer event is the Creative Arts Guild's Spangle Pavilion located at 520 West Wall Street, where everyone can enjoy great food and delicious beverages, including craft beer, a sangria bar, lemonade, tea, and dancing to some lively beach music. Recommended evening attire will be a Hawaiian shirt, sundresses, shorts, flip-flops, or sandals. The Low Country Boil is a great way to spend a Saturday afternoon and evening at the same time support the arts in your community. What could be more fun than to join this delicious cook-off? Sample the offerings of each kitchen's boil, enjoy cold beverages, and dance to great beach and bayou music. And I'm Aaron Scott. We thank you for tuning in here at Northwest Georgia this morning. And remember, Dalton, stay classy.